This video is about one thing, which is blowing my mind right now, which is you can have what you want. And the reason I'm making this video is because I am not the only one. I'm not the only one who forgets this. It's just like, it's human nature. This kind of stuff happens. I found myself unhappy in my life. Like it was 2 days ago and I'm like, this is not working for me. Something about this is just not making me happy. This doesn't suit me. Laurie Beard, this does not suit me. And I realized that I was unconsciously living out beliefs about motherhood, that a good mom looks like this. A good mom is with her daughter all the time. A good mom is just super present all the time with no matter what age your child is, no matter how you feel, no matter what works for you. And this belief is really, really dangerous for me because I'm completely ignoring how I can feel fulfilled and that I'm going to have natural preferences for how I spend my time. And also it ignores the fact that showing up like depleted, resentful, miserable, and for your kids is not good for them either. It does not serve anybody to live that way. And I was absolutely doing this and not realizing that I was not believing that I could have what I want. This I know applies to you too. I know it does because we get caught up in our heads, right? I mean, just to back up for a second, who is you? You is the voice of your body, the voice of your soul. That is why this yoga coaching work is the most important work I've ever touched, I've ever seen, because it taps into that voice of your body in the clearest way that I've ever experienced, like by far. And I've been going to yoga since I was I started in college. So 15 years I've been going to yoga, and this is different. And then the voice of your body, the voice of your soul, I mean, it's never going to steer you wrong. So first you have to be able to tap into that and listen to that. So you got to be honest with yourself here. Like, can you hear that voice? Are you listening to it? And if you're not, you need to learn how and you need to get help. And then the second piece of it is you can have what you want. So you have to go do something. That's where your willpower comes in. There's a lot of information, a lot of discussion right now on the Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer. It's this great book about living your life really in the highest path, which is in service of others, in service of what life is asking of you, rather than just following your personal preferences. Like, I don't ever feel like going to dinner, so I'm never going to go to dinner, even if someone with need to talk with me invites me to dinner, right? If I were going to live aligning with the Surrender Experiment, with what life was asking me, someone inviting me to dinner, I would say yes. Unless there was a good reason not to, right? So this Surrender Experiment it's confusing to discern how to live that way because how do you know what life is asking of you, right? And if you can't hear that voice of your body, and you can have what you want, you're not going to hear the voice of life either. It's like going back to the willpower piece. You can have what you want. You have to go get it. So if you're not listening to the voice of your body, the voice of your soul, if you don't really clearly know what that voice sounds like, and you probably don't, I'm going to be honest with you, because like I said, I've been doing yoga forever. I've been doing Pilates forever. I've always been really health conscious. I've always taught body work, and I still was not going deep enough. So the voice of your mind is always going to steer you wrong, or it's unreliable at best. The voice of your body can only tell the truth. So you can have what you want. The voice of your body can have what you want, but the piece that is getting, I feel like, lost in the conversation about the Surrender Experiment is the willpower, that you have to be taking actions in the world. You have to go get it, and then life will meet you. But if you're not doing your part, you can't expect God to be doing his. I mean, he's always doing his part, but you have to do your part to get to where he is. Life is going to show up every single time you're following the voice of your soul and taking every single action you can possibly take. Like, leave it all on the field. I think about when I moved to Austin, Texas and went to law school. I really had bit off more than I could chew. And I was chewing it. I mean, I was so committed to doing well because having really great grades that first semester changes your trajectory. in terms of opportunities at big firms, which is what I was focused on, right? Like I wasn't there to help anybody but myself. It was the only reason I went. And I absolutely worked harder than I ever worked for anything in my life that semester. And I did great. I left it all in the field. But had I gotten like straight C's, I would have just known law school was not for me. That would have been that message to me, and I would have dropped out, and I would have lived in Austin, and that would have been a whole different life path. But I got great grades, and that's not the case. So that's the energy with which you approach what you want. So you have to be able to hear that voice and know what you want. And then that is the degree of willpower, of actions, of chasing, of commitment, of hard work and discipline you bring to getting the thing you want. And then life will absolutely flow with that too, right? If you're listening to the voice of your body. That's the key. That's all I had to say today. And just be committed to finding that voice. I mean, this yoga coaching work will get you there, but it's not the only thing. Anything that will truly put you deeply into your body, that's what you should be practicing on a daily basis. Be discerning too, because there's tons of shit out there that they're like, oh, this is the healing arts of whatever, or the Reiki whatever, and it's just somebody. I mean, heart and soul and truth has to be in it too. So it needs to feel powerful to be the real thing. Just putting that out there too. So anyway, come check out my website at lauriebeard.com and have a great day. Bye.